Vitor Losnacki. He has been lights out. His expectations were of superstar highlights, and that's what he's producing. 90 and a quarter on North Scott. What did he do in Missouri? 91 on Next Strand. And the team that just keeps producing big-time numbers now have another young talent that is going to add more to that equation.
Not many knew of Vitor Losnacki before PBR teams, but his coaching staff.
But here's the good news. If you're a fan of the team from Music City, they have started to figure out some things. They have really started to align some things and start to put things in position. McBride is seeing some things that they're working on. And this lineup right now for the Nashville Stampede is a star-studded spectacular, and it all starts in the number one spot. Absolutely not. And you start to look at him in the light of a Jose Vitor Lemi. You expect him to do something big every time we see him nod his head.
You were saying what's the secret for the Stampede? Probably the only team that's saying to win, we actually have to put up 5 rides every game because every other team is putting up 3 or 4.
Well, you have to be perfect if you're the Stampede. You know what your opponent's going to bring to the table, especially when you're looking at the other side and see Arizona, because they have packed a punch all season long.
Let's break that down. First, though, Kaiki Pacheco, I'll get some numbers to you when we get to that Arizona sideline on that. But for the 2018 World Champ, he's aboard Lil 2 train for the 3rd time. First 2 times it did not go Pacheco's way. Can it turn around here? What's interesting, I don't know that Pacheco would have taken this bull in individual, but he's got Justin McBride behind him now. He seems to want bulls he's ridden before, not ones he hasn't.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I mean, obviously there was something about the matchup that either Kaiki or Justin liked, so they matched the 2 up together. I'm never going to put anything past Kaiki Pacheco to get a qualified ride, though.
This is a team that, despite its record and all of those difficulties we just documented, their locker room is upbeat. They still feel they're going someplace this season, and they've still got a couple of weeks left to get ready to prove it.
And I like the message that they're showing right here, because Pacheco picking bulls he's ridden before, that's not because he can't ride these ones. It's just playing the game to the best strategy that he knows. So now incorporating also the strategy of McBride, who sees so much in his number 1 guy.
No bones about it. McBride is the decision maker of the Nashville Stampede. He will decide what's best for his team. Pacheco just has to buy in.
Keep moving! Keep going! Keep moving! Go ahead! Woo! Woo! Yeah, baby!
Picture perfect Pacheco! The pass, forget about it. This time, it goes a champ's way aboard Lil 2 train. Nashville on the board.
And that's all it takes for the Nashville Stampede. Start with your leadoff guy. Kaiki gets it done, and now everybody else just follows. A big momentum shift for Nashville, and in particular for Kaiki.
83.5 for Pacheco here to get Nashville going first, and Matt Triplett all in with their number 1 guy in the lineup.
Pacheco had only ridden 2 of his last 8 before that bull. But in this sport, it's all about what have you done for me lately.
Arizona looking to answer, and they go to their first rounder, and Luciano DeCastro aboard Body Count. As he gets set, let's send it down to Allen.
With Paulo Crimber, the technical coach for the Ridge Riders. You have one of the most power-packed lineups in PBR teams, but you're 0-2 this weekend. What was your message to the team before this game?
Never give up. Just keep doing what you're doing, and it will come. I mean, it's impossible not to win when you're riding like this.
So they'll look to throw some more at him today and put some 8s on the board. Thanks, Paulo. Good luck.
I promised you some numbers. Arizona, they lead the league 4 games with 300 points plus in a game, which means a 4-ride game. 2 of those came against Nashville. Of course they did. Of course they had 2 of their best games of the season against Nashville.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you were up all night doing your homework on that, because it just goes to show that the proof is in the numbers when it comes to opponents of Nashville.
And who really does their homework is this coaching staff matching up these bulls. Body Count, the 1 for DeCastro.
Hustle! 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 Wait on him! Wait on him! Keep going! Keep going now! Yes, sir!
How? Why? DeCastro just found a way to ride through the whistle aboard Body Count. Incredible effort. What a ride to get Arizona on the board.
Yeah, this was a Cowboys bull ride. Luciano in bad shape a few times. What does he do? Bear down, grits his teeth, keeps his hand shut, and keeps making some big moves.
Luciano is usually the closer for his team. 4 times now he's been the leadoff guy. 4 times he's gotten them on the board from the very beginning.
87 points, so Arizona takes the lead in this one. This could very well be one of those games where both teams are once again going to put up 3 or 4 rides. And again, both are 0-2. How tough would it be to leave Dickies Arena putting up 4, maybe 5 qualified rides, and you still don't get the win?
Nashville's had multiple rides in 6 out of the last 7 games. This could be the biggest night of their entire season.
You're looking at my notes? Thiago Salgado aboard 100 Bad Days.
Come on, baby Keith.
Good work out of you, Matt West.
Oh, I had a line there and I just let it go.
Well, here it is.
Anytime, Alan.
Thiago Salgado's ridden his last 3 in a row.
Thiago, get around. Go ahead.
Thiago not going to take this one to the whistle. Gets forward at 5-73 aboard 100 Bad Days, and it seems he rides so well and correct, but the last couple buck-offs we saw were in similar fashion.
Yeah, to me, for Thiago, it's when the going gets tough. He doesn't grit his teeth like Luciano did on the last ride. You can see 100 Bad Days starts good, takes that big jump forward, yanks on him a little bit. I'd love to see him just bear down and get around that next corner.
And if you're Nashville, this is not exactly who you want to see taking the field, or in our case, getting on the back of a bull here. Vitor Losnacki, we mentioned all of the 90s, and Cold Shot could offer up the same. This is a bull that at this level has been ridden 13 of 34 times. And Losnacki's proven he could very well put up those high numbers. Look who he's in the company of here in 90-point rides. Wow.
Yeah, Jose Vitor, Derek Kobaba, and now Vitor Losnacki. And those 3 90-point rides have all come in the last 7 attempts.
Speaking of Lemmy, Colby Yates was telling us before Vitor even arrived on tour, very much the likes and looks of Lemmy when he first arrived on tour with his riding style.
You see it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities for sure. I mean, Losnacki rides him either way. He's a little guy, rides real compact, and the ranked bulls do not faze him, obviously.
When Snake's in your name, you just got to ride at Rattler Days.
Sit up, Vitor. Sit up. Sit up.
Victory again for Vitor Losnacki. Finds the whistle the 3rd day in a row. At 18 years old, no pressure, rides, no problem. Arizona back on the board.
And the Snake strikes again, much to the joy of Chase Doherty there, rejoining his team on the back of the buck and shoots after injury. But man, oh man, Vitor just continuing to show up, show out, show the world why the Ridge Riders bet on Vitor.
This one, 89.5 aboard Cold Shot. Perfect on the weekend. All of them for 89 or better. When you've got Snake in your name, you ride at Rattler Days. Losnacki showing the world what he could do right here at Dickies Arena. Arizona, they're leading this one about halfway through.
That's the great thing about bull riding. That will never, ever change. You have got to stay on for 8 seconds with one hand in the air. And if you fail to do that, it's a nice round number.
But not the round number you want. A 90 would be a much nicer round number, is what Coach McBride is looking for. And again, this is a team that has the production. In fact, they've put up 6 games with 3+ rides, but not all those games have resulted in a win. Here, they've got to get at least another ride to have a shot to take the lead, and They go to Joao Enrique Lucas to get it done aboard Choctaw Bingo. First time they're matching up.
Here's the problem with all of the things that they need. It is not going to come easy right now for Joao Enrique Lucas. This bull Choctaw Bingo has only been ridden one time in his entire career.
Yeah, he's got to keep him gathered up. This bull's probably going to take 2 or 3 jumps before he finds a spot. Bull buck's 100% off field.
And just as you both had written up here, even though Lucas and the rest of Stampede were hoping that was not the case, Choctaw Bingo gets him down at 3:51.
Yeah, and Joe Henry had started to kind of get the ball rolling. He had ridden 4 out of his last 5 until this one, and this is one that'll definitely break your momentum, break your concentration. You said it, he just, everything's different about this bull. Nothing.
Well, witness history being made from the draft to the first buck as the inaugural PBR team season gets underway. Watch Getting the Job Done, presented by ZipRecruiter. Available now via Ride Pass on demand. Nashville unable to strike with that last attempt. Arizona a chance to find their 3rd qualified ride. And speaking of rides, or games rather, with 3+ rides, Arizona has done it 8 times this season. A big reason why they went on that hot win streak earlier on in the season. Can Mauricio Moreta add to that? He's aboard Casper.
What we've seen out of Mauricio Moreta in teams does not mirror what we saw from Mauricio Moreta in the individual season. This is a guy that started contending for a world title, really started to excel. He's been a little slow getting the rust off, but again, it's still early in his return.
Moreta gets forward, hand pops out. Down quick here. Touch for Nashville. Arizona still has the edge in this one. Break it down for us, Sage. It was quick.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, Mauricio had his rope pulled back a little bit off that bull's shoulders. With as much up and down as a big, strong bull like Casper has, you have to get out over that front end. Where he positioned his rope actually made it more difficult for him than it needed to be.
Had hip surgery a year ago and then came back this year, hip surgery on the other side, why he was out most of the season. And having that in the last 1.5 years or so, how much of it is rebuilding confidence, or how much of it is just rebuilding, getting back to that physical way of riding?
It's a lot of both, honestly, and one helps each other. Whenever you're riding good, it's easy to have confidence. Whenever you're struggling a little bit, it makes it more difficult. So I think it's both of them are very dependent on one another.
It'll take 93 1/4 to take the lead. Ryan Dirteater looking for a qualified ride. He's aboard Yellow Feather. Dirt ever so perfect around to the left, unable to finish, as you heard Coach saying, 5 and 14, that buck off time.
Those are 2 great athletes going at it and just jumping into battle right now. Ryan Dirteater, the 33-year-old veteran, Oilfield Outlaws Yellow Feather, a bull that just continues to impress every time we see him. Mashing the gas and going around that turn pretty quickly there. Dirteater just gets too far ahead of him.
Yeah, pulls him down right there about the 5-second mark. You can see he rolls his hand out of his rope, and it's over early.
What another cool story here in PBR teams with Ryan Dirteater coming out of retirement to try to give a little bit more back to the sport and help his team win a title.
Now Arizona in a position where they can clinch this one with their 3rd qualified ride of the game. And they go to one of the top producers on the team, and Allison DeSouza, he's aboard Tested's Viper.
Great
Just something, sorry about that, just something funny that I saw about Allison this week. He showed up to ride a practice bull, except he was in shorts and tennis shoes instead of like chaps and cowboy boots and so on. Watch the end when he dismounts the bull. Watch his shoes. Whoops. Sage, you ever done that?
I have my boots and spurs on, but there's a lot of guys that do that, and you know, the thought on it is if you don't have your spurs for a secondary help, it makes you ride more correct.
You have to be perfect. It leaves absolutely no room for a mistake whatsoever.
Well, there's going to be no room for a mistake on this tested Viper. This is a really good bull. We've seen a lot.
Do what you do, Allison.
Go either direction. If he goes to the right, I love Alison's chances.
You see Luciano De Castro there. It's been such a 1-2-3 punch between De Castro, Aparecido, and De Souza. The three of them making up almost 70% of the production for this team. And now, by the way, you've got Vitor Losnacki. Look out when you get to Las Vegas. Well, there's a look there. He doesn't have the tennis shoes on.
He's got proper footwear here today, and he's got his mojo going. He reset there. He backed up, kind of re-pulled that rope, got things a little bit more to his liking.
Qualified ride, they win the game. De Souza is down, and so uncharacteristic of what you see. 4:52, that buck-off time, and Nashville is still in this one.
I think it goes back to a break in his concentration earlier when he was in the buck and shoots. He pulled his hand out of that rope and reset. He then had to hustle through to beat the clock, and I think it broke his concentration and led to what we just watched in the buck-off.
Coach Paulo Krimber moves in right away to have some conversation with this player and encouragement as well. They know they still have the edge here because Nashville, again, they've got to be a 93.25 to take the lead in this one. Silvano Alves, prime tested. He's made the whistle twice before on this one, but it's 4:85. Are you pretty confident if you're Arizona right now that 93.25 is not obtainable?
You're very confident if you're Arizona. But at the end of the day, anything can happen with the three-time world champ on the other side.
I don't know if you've ever been to a Cole Wetzel concert. Gets a little wild, just like this bull.
Go ahead! Get around him!
Oh! Silvano seemed to be making the requisite 8-1 move from Pride and Tested. Well, that was the test that ultimately went the Bulls' way at 6-76. And with that buck-off, Arizona wins it, and we've still got some bull riding left.
And it just adds to the heartbreak of the Nashville Stampede. You watch this back. Sage, watching especially these first few seconds, this should be a day off for a three-time world champ.
It looked great, but you can see right there, Bull changes up his timing, changes up his momentum, takes a jump forward. World champion form, Silvano still rides the bull easy.
Arizona consistently throughout the season is the only team to average 2 rides in every game. Now, some other teams are stepping up to that, but they've really had it out the gate. Arizona averages, or excuse me, Nashville averages 1.5. So this one was in the books Arizona's way, and they really are riding the same they have all season long by those numbers.
Well, another guy that's riding the same as he always has is Eduardo Aparecido. We look at what this guy's been able to accomplish throughout his entire career. No surprise at all, he's in the closer spot here today.
And aboard Bamboozle, and maybe worth even saying ridden better than he has. Taking a look back at the history, he's posted a qualified ride in the last 6 events. Last time he did that individually, all the way back in January 2021.
It's the first time he's been in this number 5 position, and they put him there because he has consistently been so good and such a good performer. So why not put him in that spot in case the game is close and we need him to handle that pressure situation. But look at his career as an individual athlete. He has consistently been a top 10 contender.
Go on, Eddie! Hustle, Eddie! Hustle! Hustle, Eddie! Hustle!
Ooh. Bamboozle with some dirty moves there about halfway through that one. Aparecido down, getting some help from his teammates. What a hard and uncanny hit. Not the kind you want to take on the dirt.
Bamboozled living up to his name. Just starts around to the right. Just a neat little bull. That direction change, though, left everybody bamboozled.
A lot more to come, though, from Aparecido. His riding percentage is up there with the world champs that are riding in PBR teams, and a reason why he's been in the conversation of so many of those gold buckles. Well,
the
this
Ridge Riders' way
is they creep their way up in those season standings, and a big reason why, well, some big rides.
Yeah, big rides indeed. Luciano de Castro, the veteran stepping up, and the newcomer, Vitor Losnacki, once again rising to the occasion, helping the Arizona Ridge Riders celebrate another victory.
So it comes from their young gun and then the Iron Man, because Luciano, he's the only one in the league to ride in all 25 games, and it's paying off here. Well, it all comes down to this. At Rattler Days, the battle of the unbeatens, both looking to represent the Lone Star State. Both 2-0 with the Gamblers and the Rattlers, but only one can be 3-0 and be right there going for that event win with the Kansas City Outlaws. Will it be the Gamblers or is the home team Texas Rattlers taking this one? Game number 4 when we